The Milwaukee Admirals return to the BMO Center tonight to take on the Charlotte Checkers. Just 5 home games remaining for Milwaukee, including tonight. Last night, the Admirals lost to the Checkers 2-1 in a shootout. John Muse of Charlotte stopped 29 shots. Mark Mazenitz was very sharp, stopping 27 of 28 for Milwaukee. But for the first time this year, the Admirals lost in a shootout. 4 shooters for Milwaukee were stopped. The only goal in the shootout scored the 4th round by Charlotte's forward Justin Shugg. Tonight, Yusuf Saudos will be in goal for Milwaukee against John Muse once again. New to the lineup for the Admirals last night, Eric Nystrom, his first AHL game since October of 2011 when he played for the Houston Aeros. He's been in the NHL ever since. He's down on a long-term conditioning assignment from the Nashville Predators, and we spoke with Nystrom about how it was playing his first game since January. So your first game in about 2 months last night. How did it feel to get back on the ice?
It felt good. Obviously, being out that long is tough, and the recovery road is always a battle, but to finally get into some game action after an extended period of time being out is always exciting.
What can you do to try to stay in the best shape possible while you're off the ice?
Well, obviously being a foot injury, you can't skate, so did a lot of stationary bike work and some rowing on the rowing machine, but it's not like a shoulder injury or wrist where you can continue to skate. And I think I only had about a week's worth of skating, and it was just me and Borky on the ice by ourselves trying to do conditioning, not even a battle in the corner. So when you get in that first game, it's always tough to get the conditioning up.
So you mentioned the battles, though. When you get out there, are you a little anxious? Are you a little over anxious to get out there and get that first bump, to get that first shot, whatever it might be?
Yeah, you're definitely a little anxious. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel, twisting and turning in the corner with a guy on my back, but it ended up feeling great. It didn't even bother me one bit during the game. Obviously, it's a little sore just regardless from the injury, but I had a couple shifts where I was just had a few hits, and it's amazing how tiring that is. And that's one of the hardest things to recover is getting your battle levels up and your conditioning in that regard.
There is people who need to know there is a difference between game level condition and being in great shape. One could be in great shape, but maybe not so good for 50 seconds hard on the ice.
Oh, it's amazing. I think of summer training. I skate hard all summer. I'm training, running stairs, doing all sorts of crazy, endurance exercises, and then you get into the first practice at training camp, and it's like you haven't even skated all summer long. Then you get into the first preseason game, and it's like you never even skated in your life. It's crazy that the level of burning in your legs that you can achieve in a hockey game.
So it may be a completely unfair question to ask, but how long do you anticipate until you can hop back on the ice in an NHL game? And feel really good about it.
Honestly, I think two games generally. Like last night was a good starting point, and I could feel myself feeling better as the game went on and on. Obviously the first period it's a more of a timing thing, and things are going fast. Guys are flying out there, and as the game kind of settles in, it definitely felt like I could control the puck a little more and see the ice a little bit better. And then tonight's another opportunity for that. And after that. You're kind of back in the swing of things.
There's a little bit of difference, obviously, between the American League and the National League. A little more scrambly, probably, at this level. So does that factor into how you try to get back into shape since you're down here in the American League?
Yeah, obviously, the NHL is a very methodical league, and guys are very sound positionally, and the plays are executed at a really high level. And down here, it's the same thing. It's a great league, but obviously, there's some really top-end talent in the NHL, but there's a couple points in the game that I said, if I got to make sure that I'm moving my feet and I'm skating the length of the ice and I'm skating hard, I'm back checking hard, because these are the things that are going to get me in shape. You can go out there and float around and not really accomplish anything and kind of be stuck in a rut. But there was times where I had a chance to get up the ice and skate hard, and that's what I was really focusing on.
When you get back to Nashville, you're going to be joining a team that's one of the hottest teams in the NHL. That's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's exciting. The team's played really well down the last 15 or so games, and that's great. And it's an exciting time, and the city really rallies behind the team, and the playoffs is going to be really exciting. The weather's getting nice down there. There's that feeling of playoff hockey in the air, and I'm just trying to get ready, and this is a step in the right direction. And when I get up there, see what happens and be ready when my name is called and try to help the team.
I'm glad you said what you just said, because a lot of people say, it's getting warm, it's baseball season, whatever. No, that's hockey season, because the playoffs are here.
Exactly. It's that springtime air. You go to the rink and you know that it's coming to the point of the season where you know that you want to be at, and the team's worked hard to get there. And obviously I've been out a long time, and it's frustrating, and team's played well without me, so I just got to go up and make sure that I'm ready when my chance comes and support those guys and hopefully continue to play well.
Absolutely. Good luck to you, and thanks for the time.
You got it.
All right, that's Eric Nystrom. Face-off tonight between the Admirals and Checkers is at 7 o'clock. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 on Sports Radio 105.7 FM The Fan. Don't forget, Dustin Lynch performs in Coors Light Country Music Night number 2 after the game. You can watch the game online, ahllive.com. For more information about upcoming Admirals games, go to milwaukeeadmirals.com.